Hey everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are in a different setup. I'm so excited to finally be done with rearranging the puzzle room. There's a whole video about it that I'll link down below. But this is going to be an experiment. Let me know about the background lighting, sound, where it's going to be an experiment for the next few videos as I tweak things to make them a little bit better. But we are going into my roundup for September. If you're new to this series, it's where I talk about the puzzles I did in the previous month. Sometimes I do all of them, sometimes I do just a selection. This time around I have all the puzzles that weren't part of the competition. So I do have a whole video about the competition and going to Worlds and all the puzzles I did there. But this time around we're just going into all the other puzzles. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe if you are new, and let's just get into this. For this video, I wanted to do it by smallest piece count to largest piece count, so I'll leave timestamps down below if you just want to skip ahead to a certain section that intrigues you most. But we're going to start off with the 300 piece, which I only did one this time around, which is very surprising. Normally I have quite a selection. Here's by Goodway. It is a brand that is actually owned by Puzzle Warehouse. It's kind of their in-house brand. They use a lot of their own licensed artists that are like up and coming, and so this is one from them. This is from Goodway, but the manufacturer is actually Masterpieces. I really like this one. I like the image. The artist here, her name is Madeline Berry, and she's all about domestic violence awareness, and she's all about helping with self-care and love and kind of healing. The proceeds from this collection help support the Guest House Project, which is located in Atlanta, Georgia, to help women who are in domestic violence situations. So I love this whole message. I love the image. It was super bright and colorful, but you can definitely still see the sentiment there. I really enjoyed it. Next up, we have my 500 piece puzzles. This one here is Villager Puzzles, and they are a small Canadian brand that is very rapidly growing, which just makes me so happy because I've been following her since she was itty bitty, and I did pre-order these guys. So this one here is called Muskoka Leaves. She is Canadian based and she's all Canadian artists. I do actually have a code with them. I don't make commission on it at all. I forget what it is. I think it's like casual 10 for 10% off your order. If I can remember, I'll link it down below. I don't make anything from it. She just gave it to me when we were doing that video together where she did an interview with me. Now, I just want to be honest that people have mentioned that they have some fit issues in the past where it's a looser fit. I haven't experienced that. I've done quite a few of their puzzles. Hasn't bothered me whatsoever. Never have like a false fit or anything like that. Sometimes it is on the looser end, but not really nothing to take notice of. So just wanted to mention that and be honest with you guys. But I love this image. Very bright, very fall, autumny, cozy feels. And it's just like a really beautiful color. I love this. I love how it's like a reflection, but the colors are like muted. I loved it. It was super fun. This one here is by Cloudberries. This one is called Crowberries, and this image was voted on by like a poll, and so this is the image they came up with. I thought this was super fun. I thought it was going to be way more challenging than it was because really you can just like sort by color. So I think I started off with a yellow and I just did the diamonds that were all yellow and then moved into the diamonds that were all orange. You can kind of see based off of the pattern and the colors that are next to it where they go in the puzzle. It was actually quite easy and I wasn't expecting that. So this one I really enjoyed. Also has a great fit, and so I really liked this one. I liked it more than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be crazy hard. Next up, we have an Ellen Essex puzzle, which has been a hot minute since I've done one of hers because she only does 1,000 pieces, except for this one. This is the only 500 piece puzzle that she carries. It's called Juicy Feast. I loved it, and I want her to make all of her puzzles in 500 pieces or just like a few others, because just to have one is kind of weird. But I loved it so much. So bright, so colorful. I love her new collection. Oh my goodness. So this is a brand I really have loved. I've also done several 1,000 pieces in the past as well. I lean more towards a 500 piece puzzle. It's much more doable for me, and I really liked it. It was fun. I really have nothing negative to say. Nice bright matte pieces, very colorful. Loved it. Super cool. Next up, we have a brand that was new to me. This one is the brand Trel. I did purchase this myself, and it is a French brand. They have the same manufacturer as several other brands like Magnolia and Enjoy have the same manufacturer. So if you like their puzzles, you'll like this one. I really like the quality, nice matte pieces, very bright. I really enjoyed this image. It was very cozy and had lots of stuff to work with. It was only a 500 piece puzzle. I do have a video on this, so I won't go into too much detail, but I really liked it. I would try others from them. Next up we have is this one by Bger. I bought this one from a local store near me called Wishes, but you can also find it on Amazon. Sometimes you can find this one on sale too on Amazon, so just as an FYI. It's called Catnap. It's super cute and cozy, very traditional as far as image goes. This one definitely looks like my Loki, like it even has like the tail and the little white on the face. Love the little kitty puzzle, but it's not like a ton of fur. It's very doable. Lots of stuff to work with. Nothing really to mention other than I liked it, you know? It was super cute. I like the different little cat things. I liked it a lot. So this one I really enjoyed. You could definitely see me redoing that one because I love the 500 piece like jumbo sizes. They definitely have like larger pieces that are easier for me, especially in the winter months as we move into like my achy season where it's rainy and like my joints are not functioning correctly. I definitely need to like, invest in some larger piece puzzle. Next up we have is another new brand to me. This one is Ordinary Habit. I have a video where I talk about Travel, Ordinary Habit, and Fun Club, which I don't have here because whenever I mention it, I get demonetized. So go over to that original video so you guys can see that one if you want to, because it's an inappropriate puzzle. I thought it was super fun and they have a lot of really fun images, but they just have some swear words, which YouTube catches up on. So just as an FYI. So I don't have it in this mix, but I do have a video on it. But this one I also had been eyeing for a very long time. They are stupid pricey, and so for me it's really hard to justify some things that are over like $30 for a puzzle. I know that has to do with like manufacturing and being a smaller brand and making sure there's right licensing. Like I understand the pricing, but it's like it's so expensive because for me also villager puzzles I feel like it's also doing things pretty well and they're half the price. So you know, it's hard to justify the price sometimes, but I did love it. I did get this one also on sale. I got mine on the Puzzle Leads website. It was on sale, and then if you buy 3 puzzles from them, even if they're already discounted, you get 20% off your order. So that's how I ended up justifying the cost, because I think I ended up spending like $28 on this puzzle versus like the over $40 price tag. I like this one a lot. It's so bright. Oh my goodness. The coloring of this puzzle was gorgeous. The fit was gorgeous. Like I have nothing negative to say about this brand other than the price. Like I loved it. It was beautiful. I would definitely get more by being more comfortable making it a lower price. So whether that's me getting 20% off on Puzzle Leads website, which I don't care where you buy your puzzles, but you can get a discount that way, or on their own website for their birthday, they had like a crazy sale with like everything 40% off. So I wouldn't buy them full price, but I would definitely buy more for them. So just as a little info. First up, before I get into these puzzles, I do have another 1,000 piece puzzle I wanted to mention, which I don't have here because I did get rid of it. It is from Buffalo Games and it is called Train Valley, Monument Train Valley. Ooh, I'll have to put it on the screen so you guys can see it. Super fun puzzle. I love Laura Stewart puzzles. Like I know everyone is like really all about Amy Stewart, but I personally love her husband's artwork a little bit more. It's just a little bit calmer and there's like more stuff to work with. It's not like crazy chaos, which sometimes Amy Stewart stuff is. Nothing against her stuff. I have done her stuff as well, but I just prefer Laura Stewart's images. They're so fun. This one here, I loved it because you have the window, and the window is like its own like mini puzzle inside of it, and it was super fun. The only issue I had with this puzzle is that I was missing pieces. Like it was brand new. I got it during Buffalo Games. Like this is a puzzle of the month, which they sometimes do, and it's like $4.95, and you're like, perfect, I'll spend $5 on a brand new puzzle. Didn't work out for me that well though, because I did have 2 pieces missing at the end. I don't know what that was about, Buffalo Games, but that was a bummer. I did still really like the image, but just wanted to mention that. Next up we have is this one by Cloudberries. This one is called Somewhere, and it's part of their small batch line. And I do have a video up on my channel of like small batch versus their original line, so I'll let you guys see that down below if you're interested. I like both of them, but for different reasons. I love the artwork of their small batch line. It's just like so much fun. This one in particular was so fun, but I do sometimes like the quality of the other line. It really depends on the image. I now have done a couple of their small batch line, and I do like them. They do have a looser fit than I feel like their traditional line does, but I don't have any issues with false fits. So that's a big thing for me. I loved this image so much. I thought it was going to be harder because of the pastel palette, but I didn't have any issues with that. I really feel like there's like so much stuff to work with, but it wasn't like chaos because there's still like big things to work with. Like you work with like the green of the desk or the blue background or just like larger bits that you can definitely work with, but there's also just like little bits of interest. I love the little people. I like this one a lot, and I'm glad because I had like high expectations for this image, and I just loved how much stuff you could, like you never got bored. It was just such a fun one. So it did have a looser fit, didn't have any issues with salt fit, love the coloring. That's all I can say about it. So there's that one. And then finally, I have this one from Bger. I did this one, and then I also did, I didn't talk about it much, but we did the orange hell puzzle, which was from last year's Worlds, and we tried to do it speed round. We did not get very far. It was just like a fun little thing we did in our apartment, but we did end up finishing it. It was a super crazy orange panoramic puzzle. But then we also did this one here. So we started it together, and then I ended up just finishing it on my own one morning. So this one here is from, the artist is Dean McAdams, which I love his stuff so much. He does all the like classic fairy tales. This one here is Watch Out Little Pigs, and it's just fun. I loved it. We had the 3 little pigs. We had the little wolf guy here in a big blowing machine who's causing some chaos. It's like a different vibe on it. I really like this one. A little bit harder than I was expecting because there is like a lot of like this tan. Also, this guy here is a big chunk of the puzzle, and it's kind of, I feel like it was kind of tricky. The other part of the puzzle I really enjoyed. I really liked doing the bottom half. This is where I was when we were doing like a team speed run. We had set up a timer for 1.5 hours, and then we stopped because we wanted to see if we could do a puzzle in 1.5 hours. Turns out we couldn't, but I did end up enjoying this one, and my box is signed, which is really fun right here. Box is a little beat up from traveling in my suitcase, but it is what it is. It's fine. So those are the puzzles I wanted to mention this time around. If you like this style of video where I talk about a ton of puzzles all in one video, I have a whole dedicated playlist where I talk about this style of thing where it's just roundups from previous months. So I'll link that down below if this is something you enjoy. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe while you leave, and hopefully you can watch another video of mine. If you have been here before, thank you so much for sticking around. I love this little community here. It just makes me so happy. Also, let me know about the background. We're playing with it. It's going to be a work in progress, but thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.